Here are the top 5 worst jobs for a zombie woman. In at number 5, we have flight attendant. Why is this such a bad job for a zombie woman? Well, firstly, you have got long flights where you are stuck in a tiny plane with a bunch of living humans. You can't get out because you are dead. Secondly, flight attendants have really tight schedules. They don't have much time to waste, which means our zombie protagonist will likely be in a rush to get things done, which we all know never ends well for anyone. And thirdly, it's a customer service job. Gonna have to interact with people and explain things to them, like how to put their tray tables up, or where they can find the best snacks. And that's gonna be difficult when your undead self can only really groan. Just imagine having to listen to that for hours on end. It would drive me crazy. And that is not even mentioning the fact that you will probably start decomposing in the pressurized cabin of an airplane, which isn't great for business. So yeah, being a flight attendant when you're a zombie woman who's still kind of human, not a good idea. Number 4 is a little bit worse though, because here we have the world's worst jobs for a zombie woman. Welcome to the world of retail, baby. Or specifically being a salesperson at a perfume store. Why does this job reek for zombie women? Well, it's simple. Working in a scent-heavy environment with a rotting corpse just isn't a good idea. I mean, think about it. You walk into the store, what do you smell? Roses, lavender, sweet dreams. Wait, what do you see? A zombie woman covered in flesh and hair slowly trying to apply some lip balm. Yeah, that's not a good look. And if the smell doesn't drive the customers away, the groaning will. If the groaning doesn't, then maybe you'll eat them. It's a win-win-win situation. Plus, there's always the bonus of accidentally eating one of the testers. They look just like real brains sometimes. This next one is a little bit more dark. But it's definitely one of the worst jobs for a zombie woman, being a kindergarten teacher. This one's pretty self-explanatory. Being a patient, energetic, and kind human being is already a tall order. But being that when you're a rotting corpse who wants to eat the small, energetic beings it's a big challenge. We all know zombies aren't known for their patience, nor are they known for their clear and concise speech patterns. And those are 2 things you need when you're working with kids. Otherwise, you're going to have a bad time. Just imagine a small child screaming at the top of their lungs, while you try to eat them and other small children. Scream at the top of their lungs, it's not a fun time. And to top it all off, kids are fast. They move quickly and erratically, which is great for them. Not so great for you. And this job is absolutely terrible for a zombie woman. You're essentially signing up to be mistaken for a Halloween decoration. Next up on our list is lifeguard. Now, most zombies aren't great swimmers. In fact, most zombies can't swim at all. That's just a fact. So how are you supposed to be a lifeguard if you can't swim? It makes no sense. Okay. On top of that, you're stuck outside in the sun all day, which means you're just accelerating your own decomposition. And nobody wants to be the person who goes to the pool and sees a lifeguard with floating arms. It's a nightmare scenario. And finally, the absolute worst job for a zombie woman, stand-up comedian. This one's pretty obvious. Being a successful stand-up comedian requires a lot of things. You need to be witty, you need to be charming, and you definitely need to be able to speak coherently. Otherwise, how are you going to tell jokes? How are you going to deliver punchlines? You're a zombie woman who's half-rotted and smells bad. People aren't going to laugh at your jokes. They're going to scream and run away. And to make matters worse, all your best material was probably about brains, which after a while gets really old and tiresome and kind of just makes you seem unoriginal.